Hello and you're welcome. Shane here from DigiDoc, a brand new business we're launching this year. You can think of DigiDoc as primary care for your web presence. And we work with business leaders and marketing executives, offering you more clarity than maybe you've ever had before about the effectiveness of your digital marketing investment. At the core of DigiDoc and DigiDoc services are three markers: value communicated, credibility, and visibility. The thesis itself is fairly straightforward, but we think it's a powerful way to look at the effectiveness of your organization's digital presence in its entirety. Score well in these three areas, and you can focus most of your time and attention on doing your most important work, safe in the knowledge that your web presence is well set up to bring new prospects and new customers to your business. In turn, then, value communicated. How well are you communicating the value you offer? If you are a business, then you have something to sell. That means you need to communicate that value exchange, whatever you will deliver for whatever money you're asking for. If you are struggling to communicate the value of that exchange, then it's going to be hard for you to drive any business value from all the time, energy, and money you've invested in all the different parts of your web presence. Number two is credibility. Are you trusted? This covers off items like case studies and testimonials, as well as any reviews, any public reviews that are out there about your business on the web. And number three, visibility. Are you being seen? This includes things like Google search and social media channels that can bring you in front of your prospects and prospective customers. To show this concept in action, this concept of value communicated, credibility, and visibility, to show this in action, I'm going to talk through one example of what looks like a great company operating here in Ireland, where I'm from. It's a company called Rubberduck, and they're a creative video agency who have produced quality TV and video ads for some really well-known brands. So let's start with value communicated. We'll take a look at the Rubberduck website, rubberduck.ie. And right from the start, the homepage goes to the heart of the value proposition and exchange. The headline is video content that grows your business. When we at DigiDoc look for ways to measure effectiveness in value communication, there are two words that we look out for more than any others, and they are you or your. So many businesses try to say what they think they do well, when the most important thing is what your prospective customer wants to get or the problem they want to solve. Put another way, in business, nobody really cares what you do. What they really care about is what you can do for them. So to my mind, Rubberduck scores really highly here at the top of their homepage. As we scroll, the next section we'll come back to in a moment when we start talking about credibility, and we'll go beneath that to here, this third section on the homepage, which is subtitled Captivating Creative Content That Entertains. Now, this section ticks so many boxes for me. Both sides of this are succeeding. On the left, we have a quick edit video showreel, and we can easily see at a glance the exceptional quality of the work that Rubberduck is responsible for. Then on the right, the copy works too. Let me read it. The days of a captive audience are gone. Engage customers with content worth watching. Humorous, breathtaking, educational, salivating, we produce content that entertains. And that number below, 14% increase in sales for Eddie Rockets. Now, a few things are going on here in this section. Different people are wired different ways. Some of us are visual, and visual people will see images and videos and unconsciously or otherwise skip over the rest. Some of us are literal. We will look for words. We might read every word and we might not really notice the video or take much of it in. And some of us are numerical. We seek out mathematical evidence or formulas. And this screen, this one section with quality video on the left compelling copy on the right, and an attention-grabbing numerical data point at the bottom ticks every box. So I would be giving Rubberduck a very high score for value communicated on this website. Now, let's move on to the second marker, credibility. Now, credibility is really about trust. And some of the questions here might be, are these guys legit? Have they done the job before? Who have they done the job for? And have those people liked the job that was done for them? And again, you'll find that Rubberduck will score highly on these factors. Scrolling back up to that section we talked about a minute ago, we have the customers list, all these logos here. And if you're from Ireland, you will probably recognize every single one of these logos. Even if you're from outside Ireland, there are several world famous brands here like Toyota, Citroen, Texaco, and Just Eat. Scrolling lower down the page, we get some quick and easy to consume and nicely designed testimonials. Here we go. Now, I might prefer it if some of these testimonials were from some of the big companies whose logos were listed above. But if you flick through the quotes, you'll see that they're high quality and unequivocal. We see things like a spectacular success. We see that Rubberduck were responsive, creative, and energetic, a breath of fresh air. They brought vision, reassurance, and a hassle-free shoot. All of these you'll find ticking boxes of potential objections that prospective customers might have when they're looking for a video content agency or a video advertising production team. Enhanced our brand beyond our expectations. All of these building that credibility score. So again, it looks like Rubberduck are a great agency to work with. Heading off site for a moment, I'm going to see if there are any public reviews. So when I go to Google and I search for Rubberduck in Google, we can see the Google business box here on the right hand side, and we can see this factor here, this all important factor of 5-star reviews, and not only 5-star reviews, but a lot of them, 25. If I click on these reviews, I will find out how much depth the reviewers go into. And again, if I'm on the fence, if I'm trying to figure out, is Rubberduck the business that I would like to work for, all of these here are building my conviction that yes, I need to pick up the phone or fill out the form and contact Rubberduck. We'll see the reviews. Rubberduck were so easy to work with end to end. An incredibly positive experience working with Rubberduck. We found Rubberduck excellent across the board. And the other thing is we see that these reviews are recent. So not only are they 5-star, not only are they in-depth, they're also recent. These top 3 reviews, all from within the last 4 months. So even if you had lots of good reviews, a 5-star review rating, but the most recent was 3 years ago, then you might lose a little in the credibility stakes. But all these are recent, all these are 5-star, and all of these are deep reviews. So huge positive score in the credibility stakes for Rubberduck. It's clear that they're doing great work, they're delivering great value to their clients, and they're completely legit, trusted, and credible. So the third marker is visibility. Let's go and check that. There are a few key things we check for when it comes to visibility. We check for or look for visits to the website, whatever data we can find to see how many people are actually visiting the website, because we know in the case of Rubberduck that the website is set up so well that if we can get more visits, then surely it would translate into more business. We also check for visibility in Google search. We still, even with social media and the dominance of social media now, the majority, and in some cases the vast majority of visits to websites and arrivals to websites is still coming from Google search. So Google search visibility, SEO, search engine optimization, is still a powerful part and an important part of the digital marketing ecosystem. We also check for a couple of social media presences. So the company's social media presence on the one hand, and staff or leaders' social media presence on the other. So let's go through social media quickly. First of all, I checked for a Twitter and I couldn't find one, or it wasn't there. Looking at Rubberduck's Instagram, we can see that it looks good. It's clean. It's nicely branded. We can see that this item here was published on the day that that I'm recording this video. We can see some other examples of their work posted on the social media on Instagram. What we can't see in these is a lot of engagement. So when I click through to these, we can see no comments. This one was from 2 weeks ago, no comments, and it looks like no engagement, no likes. Likewise on this one, there is a couple of comments here, but doesn't seem to be many other engagements. So while Instagram is a channel for Rubberduck, it seems like it doesn't get a lot of visibility in Instagram. Now, let's go across to LinkedIn, because I think LinkedIn is clearly going to be an important channel for this business. We're talking about a B2B company. They deliver high quality video content and advertising for other businesses. So it makes sense that they would have a solid presence on LinkedIn. So if we go to the Rubberduck LinkedIn page, we can see a few things here. The first thing is we can see that there are over 1,000 followers on the page. That's pretty decent in an Irish context. Obviously, there are bigger businesses around the world. There are bigger businesses with bigger, more engaged social media followings. But in an Irish context, in an Irish B2B context, over 1,000 followers and activity. We can see, again, this same piece of content posted here on the day that we are recording. This is 3 hours 3 hours before, and we have another piece of content, one of their pieces of work posted a couple of weeks ago, getting some engagement. Not massive amounts, but it's respectable, it's creditable. We have 25 likes and a comment and a few reposts on this. So again, the Rubberduck brand is posting, is active, has over 1,000 followers on the page. So getting good marks for visibility on the Rubberduck page. When we go into some of the Rubberduck staff and team, we can find Ben Caldwell, Helen Barry Duke, and we click on Jenny Barry Duke also. We can see that Ben has been active. He is this featured section here at the top with 3 pieces of content that he's particularly happy with or proud of, featured at the top, which is good. He also has some recent activity here. He has a post a couple of weeks ago, the first release of the year, the ad that the business recorded for 123.ie. And we also see some content a few months ago. So it's a solid profile, but the activity is not massive here. One post in the last 3 months. Again, everything else looks nicely bright, nicely branded with this background image here. Clicking into the next person is just Helen Barry Duke. I'm not connected with any of these. I think I might have met Ben once in an event a number of years ago, but I haven't met Helen or Jenny as far as I know. But looking at this again, there is activity here. Can see an hour before I recorded this video, we see Helen reposted this post from the business page. But we can also see when we went back into the Rubberduck page that there's 2 to 10 employees. So it's obviously a small business. Lots of things, important things for them to be working on. And maybe something like this, like the LinkedIn, is doing what it needs to do for them. And maybe it's not the highest priority. They can get their visibility here. They can make sure it is up to date, but maybe not a hugely active driver of new business opportunities for them, given maybe the size of the business and where they're at, and obviously the quality of the work that they're putting out. They could do a little bit better here in terms of their LinkedIn presence, but they're not losing many marks. Now, finally, let's check website visibility. So we see that we know the website is the rubberduck.ie. We've been on it earlier on. Really impressive website, nicely designed, does a really good job. But how many people are getting there? How many people are seeing that website on either landing there or finding that website in Google search? Couple of tools I use for this, and one of them is SimilarWeb and another is SEMrush. Those 2 tools can measure website visits and performance in Google search. So clicking on SimilarWeb first, the message we're getting here is that there were 19,000 worldwide visits, 19,000 over the previous 3 months, October 2023 to December 23, that 4th quarter of 2023. Now, 19,000 visits in a 3-month period would be very respectable, I think, in this context for an Irish B2B agency, averaging about 6,000 visits per month, if that is an accurate figure. And I think SimilarWeb, while it may fall short in some areas, I think it gives a good estimate of what the real activity might be on that website in terms of traffic. SEMrush gives the website, when I check on SEMrush, so SEMrush is a tool that measures and allows research for Google search results and other search engines. And SEMrush gives the site an authority score of just 8. Now, that is quite low. Obviously, the nearest to 100, it's a rating on score of 1 to 100. The nearest to 100, the better that you will be doing, the more visible your website will be. This is definitely on the low end of that. And we can see that the estimates it's given for organic traffic, search traffic in the Irish market in Ireland, it's averaging, it says, around 135 visits per month from Google search. So just at a max 4 to 5 people per day arriving from Google search in Ireland. If we're to take that at face value, we would say that there's definitely room for improvement in increasing the authority score of the website, or in Google parlance, the domain authority score, and increasing that search traffic and search visibility. Now, the one thing I would say on this, it may very well be that Rubberduck, the agency, the business, is completely at capacity, is booked out the door for many months, and does not need any new business right now. But if that's not the case, or they're thinking about growth plans and growth strategies, then this area, the visibility of their business online, and especially the visibility of their website, a website that they've clearly invested time, energy, and money in to make it so compelling when you get there, this might be the one area where they can look at improving over the rest of 2024. So I hope that was useful and informative. I'm just going to stop the screen share. I hope that was useful and informative. Shane here from DigiDoc, signing off. Brand new business, which aims to give you, business leaders and marketing executives out there, more clarity than maybe you've ever had before about the effectiveness of your digital marketing investment. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be able to bring more of this content to you here in the coming weeks and months. Take care. Bye-bye.